الله رب محمد صلى عليه وسلم نحن عباد محمد صلى عليه وسلم. Honorable and respectable elders, brothers and sisters, members of this noble family, to each and every one of you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First and foremost, blessed and fortunate are you and me, despite it coming close to midnight, that we are gathered here in Muhtaram Shaheed Bashar Saab's Karobar, his shop, here in Amsterdam, for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to praise and remember and express our love for the best of creation, the light of humanity, the purpose of our existence, Lajpa Nabi Kareem Rasool Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I make sincere dua that Allah Almighty Jalla wa Ala accept this mahfil, majlis in His bargah, and make these gatherings a means of our najat on the day of Qiyamah. Since I arrived here in Amsterdam, a Thursday afternoon going into evening, Muhtaram Shaheed Sahib has been the perfect host, giving his time, sharing his stories and his experiences, and also his love for football as well, with me over the last 3 days. And isi tarike se today, alhamdulillah, we've spent the afternoon with Jani Pehchani Shakhsiyat, Amsterdam's finest, Mir Mukhtar Mir Saab, or earlier Muhtaram Iftikhar Saab as well, who gave a lot of their time. Hamid Bhai, mashallah, who's been very accommodating at the hotel. Mamu, mashallah, who's been at every speech apart from the one at Faridul Islam. We'll talk about that later. And Shafi Bhai, mashallah, Hamari Azizam or Muhtaram Shafi Bhai, Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala bless him, giving a long and healthy life. Our mulaqat, first and foremost, happened in Manchester. Ghaliban a few weeks ago, though I had Ghaibana Ta'aruf of them, just as they had Ghaibana Ta'aruf of me as well. And they have, from that moment till now, and I'm pretty confident going forward, shown a lot of love and respect, as have everyone. And it's been a very successful tour, shall we say, first time here in Amsterdam. So I'm grateful to you all. Allah Almighty give each and every one of you ajr wa jaza fi darain. And I've been told that one of the reasons for me being here, certainly in terms of the logistics and the dynamics of the travel arrangements, were kindly arranged by Muhtaram Ilyas Bhai. Yahi baat hai? And Ilyas Bhai, mashallah, as all of you are fully aware, with his family, Shaheed Bhai's daughter and 2 grandchildren, returned back from Al-Madinatul Munawwarah. Literally this afternoon, Allah Almighty accept their hazri in His barkah. Allah Almighty accept all of their ibadat and their du'as, and isi tarike se the time that they spent in the company of the best of creation, Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. वो हदीस के अल्फाज है ना, मन ज़ारा क़ब्री वजबत लहू शफ़ाअती, और कमा क़ाल अलैहि सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, that whosoever, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whosoever visits my blessed grave, my intercession will be incumbent upon him on the day of Qiyamah. So you have, alhamdulillah, by being in the company of the best of creation, earned your ticket to Jannatul Firdaus. Because on the day of Qiyamah, nafsi nafsi ka alam, mother will run away from daughter, father will abandon son, but on that day, the Prophet ﷺ will not abandon you and me. And I alluded to this on Thursday night in Masjid al-Taqwa, how we will go to every prophet, all of the prophets will say, Lastu laha, idhabu ila ghayri. I am not for this, go to the next prophet, go to the next one, until eventually, from Adam al-Islam we'll get to Isa al-Islam. Isa alayhi salam will say what? Go to Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi will say what? Ana laha, ana laha. I am for this, I am for this. And like we've just heard from Huzur Mufakhr Islam, Hazrat Allama Kamruzman Azmi Qibla, and that on that day Nabi sallallahu will go into sajda for you and me. On which day? The day of Qiyamah. He will go into sajda for you and me. And Allah Almighty will say to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in light of His Majesty, that Iqfa ra'saka ya Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Oh Muhammad, raise your head. Ask, and whatever you ask for, it will be given to you. Intercede, and whoever you intercede for, your intercession will be accepted. So no doubt, just as we are reliant and dependent upon the barakat and the faizan and the khairat of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the dunya, we'll also be dependent and reliant upon this in the grave, and certainly on the day of Qiyamah as well. And all of this is by the permission of Allah. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Nothing is possible without the permission of Allah. And we as Ahli Sunnati wal Jama'ah, our Aqidah is firm. But Allah Almighty has given this maqam, this mansab, this martaba to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Khuda ki raza chahte hai to alam. Khuda chahta hai razae Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everybody is looking to seek the pleasure of Allah. Allah is only looking to seek the pleasure of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. यही बात हुई इसना वला सौफा युअतीका रब्बुका फतरबा. बहरहाल अल्लाह तबारक व तआला accept the हाज़री in al-Madinatul Munawwara. And Allah Almighty grant us also the tawfiq to bar make this safar to Jannatul Firdaus. ये असल जन्नत है ना, यानी मा बैना बैती व मिंबरी रौदतुम मिन रियादिल जन्नह. Bukhari Sharif के अल्फाज हैं. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said what? From my house to my mimbar, this is a garden from the gardens of Jannatul Firdaus. So ye asal Jannat hai on this earth. Today youngsters, unfortunately, when they have a bit of saving, they want to go to Dubai, they want to go Morocco, they want to go Turkey, Husnul Zan rakhne, alhamdulillah, they want to go Istanbul, they want to go to Marrakesh where the 7 great saints are, or they want to go Fez. But unfortunately not all youngsters are like this. And how blessed and fortunate is Ilyas Bhai and his Ahliya Muhtarama, Shaheed Bhai's daughter, who have taken their children at a very young age, not to Dubai, not to Morocco, not to Qatar, but they have taken them to the best of places, Al-Madinatul Munawwara. और ये वालिदैन का असर यानी तरबियत का असर है, ये वालिदैन की तरबियत का असर है, that the parents have nurtured, his parents have nurtured him, Shaheed Bhai have and his Ahliya Muhtarama, they have nurtured their daughter such that they have this this thought and this guman and intikhab, that the savings that they put together, they will only use them for one thing, and that is to be in the company of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is to badi keri baat hai yaar, is to badi keri baat hai. Allah tabarak wa taala grant all of our children this type of mindset and this jazba iman, or this mahabbat towards our deen, or bil khusus grant us all the tawfiq to be in the company of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For indeed the one who reaches the court of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has reached the court of Allah Almighty Jalla wa Ala. He is our gateway to Allah Almighty. He is the key to our success. He is the key to our success. वो अरबी लफ्ज़ में और अरबी language में the Arabic word for key is miftah. यही बात है ना? Azra spent a few years in Qatar. In their Arabic will be better than mine, so they will correct me if I'm wrong. आपने लुक्मा देना है, ठीक है ना? Arabic word for key is what? Miftah. क्या है? Miftah. अच्छा, कुरान में the word for key in its plural form, jama form, comes in 2 different ways. Miftah का जमा मफातीह. क्या? मफातीह. और एक दूसरा लफ्ज़ है, same, यानी the Arabic language is quite vast. Stay with me, yes? It's quite vast. So एक है मफातीह और एक है मकालीद. क्या है? Maqalid. And the ulama say if you take the first letter and the last letter from both of these words, which in English translate as keys, then in light of the Quran we come to this understanding that if you take the first letter meme, you take the last letter ha, you take the next letter from the next word, first letter meme, last letter da. Muhammad, meme ha, meme dal. Two words for keys, first letter, last letter from both words, put four letters together, you get meme ha, meme dal. Yani Muhammad. Meaning what? That in light of the Quran, Allah is giving you and me this understanding that the key to our success is with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The key to our success with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ye Quran ki roshni mein, in terms of the words of the Quran. No other word is used for keys in the Quran. Everybody wants to be successful. Successful in the dunya. Most important is successful in the akhirah. Today you and me, we measure success how? The one who drives a nice car? The one who lives in a big house? The one who has 2, 3, 4 businesses in Amsterdam? The one who is successful in karobar or tajarat? This is how we measure success, right? But Allah Almighty and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam do not measure success like this. Success for you and me in terms of the deen is what? Hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah. Like Maulana Kamruzaman Azmi Sahib Qibla, Mufakkir Islam mentioned right at the end, that the coolness to the eyes of the Prophet ﷺ is the salah. So one way of attaining success, no doubt, is the 5 daily prayers. Unfortunately, we sit in such gatherings, but when it comes to reading our salah, we are sust, we are weak, we are negligent, we are ghafil. And Allah Almighty talks about this ghaflat that you and me have in the Quran. You know these verses. Surah Al-Ma'un mein hai na? فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاعُونَ. Ye mashhur ayat hai na? Allah Almighty says what? Iska tarjuma. Curse be upon those who pray. You heard me right. Allah Almighty curses those people who read Salah in the Quran. Why? 2 reasons. First reason, Quran ki roshni mein. Quran says what? Curse be upon those who pray. You might say, Imam Sahib, you're contradicting yourself. Ek taraf you're saying, ulama say what? Ye bar sunne rehne ji, namaz paro, namaz mein susti na karo, namaz qaim aur daim karo, namaz is the key to our success. Lekin now you're saying, Quran is saying, Allah is saying, curse be to those who pray. Lekin do wujuhatan. There are 2 reasons. First reason is what? Allah Almighty curses those who pray because when they pray, they are lazy. They are? Both of them Azharsi, they are? Lazy. Mere vaste 12 baje na time hai na. I've been on the road now since 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm tired, of course. I'm human as well. Lekin I need your attention. And when I say I need your attention, I don't need you to say Subhanallah, Wahabari, Nare Takbir, Nare Risalat, or Nazrana pesh kar. Nahi, I need you to repeat. Takrar, I need you to repeat. Yes? Those who be coming to all of the gatherings will know. Ye mera ek andaz bayan hai. Kyun ek yani mudarrisana andaz hai na? When you teach in class, one of the ways to teach your students is that you get them to repeat what you are teaching them. That's how they will retain. So what did I say? Quran says what? One of the reasons, first reason for people being unsuccessful, yani Allah curses those who pray in the Quran is because they are lazy. They are lazy. जिस तरह से अपनी ज़ुबान की गाफिल, गफलत. किस तरह? Hafiz ibn Kathir mentioned in the tafsir, the one understanding here of laziness is what? That they'll read 2 prayers but they'll abandon 3. 2 नमाज़ पढ़ 3 छोरी और सन. 3 पढ़ी और सन, 2 छोरी और सन. क्यों? जिला मकसद है purpose, yani you have some reason to go into sajda, then you will do sajda. You want success in your exam, you'll do sajda. You want to pass your driving test, you'll read namaz. You want any financial support, you want your difficulties and hardships to be removed, namaz padhne hai. When all those difficulties and hardships go away, then what do? Most of us, we abandon our salah. यही बात है ना, हमारी laziness है ना, हमारी गफलत है ना. और इसी तरीके से, this is one understanding of ghaflat, complacency, laziness. Another understanding in light of tafsir is what? And that those people who read their salah, but they read it right at the last minute, last point. वो आज था ना football premiership. So was Iftikhar was taking me around Almere. I was having my eye on the score. Unfortunately, Manchester United lost again. Yes, lost at home. We were doing well at home. We've lost at home as well. तो वो ये है ना Super Sunday. I don't know if you have Sky Sports here in Holland. Yeah, so Super Sunday. Super Sunday, you have 2 matches or sometimes 3 matches, right? One after the other. So what do? We watch the first match. We watch the second match. Zohar time will come. Zohar will be coming right towards the end. During the half time break of the second match, up and down. क्या हो रही है जी? नमाज हो रही है जी. लेकिन ध्यान तवज्जो is on the football. If it's not football, it is cricket. If it's not cricket, it is yani political jalsa. If it's not something, we make time for everything else, but we don't make time for our salah. यही बात है ना? Are you following what I'm saying? Yes. Quran is saying this. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. Second reason is what? Allah Almighty curses those who pray. Number 1, because they are lazy, negligent, ghafil. Number 2, mashallah, we just mentioned iftikhar bhai. Dekho na, you must have been waiting outside. When will Imam Sahib mention me, then I will walk in. So we were just talking about how we spent a very good afternoon together with you, mashallah. Yes? So I was saying what? Quran says what? فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. Second reason is what? Why Allah curses those who read namaz. Namaz paro, lekin wajah bhi samjho. Yani make your namaz strong. Make your namaz perfect. Quran says what? Because when they pray, they show off. Kya karne? Riyakari. Ilyas bhai has just come back from Haramain Sharifain. This is very common there now. People who are making tawaf around the Kaaba, but they are going live on Facebook. Yahi baat hai? Correct me if I'm wrong. I've not been in 6 years. Maybe things have changed. I doubt it very much. Because why? Those who are Hukmaran of Haramain Sharifain, they are taking out the spiritual aspect, and it's all about commercial aspect now. It's all about this. It's all about the peas. You understand peas? Yes. A bit of slang here. It's all about the peas, the pounds. आपके लिए ease है ना? Euros. So हमारे लिए Britain के लिए pounds, peas. That's all about the peas, unfortunately. He just told me how much he paid for his ticket. Euros. Shocking. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it would have been half of that price. But it's all a business now, sadly, unfortunately. And I know recording already, I won't say too much. So what do we find? People going around the Kaaba to Sharif are going live on Facebook. एक किस्म की रियाकारी है ना, दुखावा, showing people. Or like we see, people who go to Al-Madinatul Munawwara, they're in front of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but they're busy taking pictures and making videos. यही बात है ना? Albatta, we've seen, Shafi Bhai will tell me if I'm wrong. Mirza will correct me if I'm wrong. That we've seen bade peer or bade Maulvi as well. Sometimes I say too much. And afterwards I say, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But nevertheless, we find big Maulvis and peers now. When they go to Al-Madinatul Munawwara, they will take pictures with their backs towards the Gumbad-e-Khazra. यही बात है ना? और ये एक किस्म की बेअदबी है, गुस्ताखी है ना? But no, unfortunately, them likes on Facebook and the love hearts on Instagram, these things mean more to us now, such that we compromise our principles. जो हमारे उसूल है ना, what we saw our elders doing, sadly, unfortunately, we don't see that anymore. वो पीर सैयद जमात अली शाह साहब रहमतुल्लाह अलैह, you've heard the name, right? मुहद्दिस अलीपुर, उनका लक़ब था अबुल अरब. क्या लक़ब था? Every year they would take a काफिला to Umrah Sharif, हज के लिए एक बार इस साल में 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. कौन? पीर सैयद जमात अली शाह साहब, from amongst the बानियान of मुल्क पाकिस्तान, मुहद्दिस अलीपुर शरीफ. कलर सैयदा गालिबन? Yes, on the outskirts of Islamabad. And one year what happened, they went with the group and they were walking through Al-Madinatul Munawwara. Yes? And whilst they were walking through Al-Madinatul Munawwara, ये अदब की बात है, which unfortunately today we have lost. When we go to Madina Sharif, आपकी बात नहीं, वैसे बात हुई है. When we go to Madina Sharif, we unfortunately get caught up in all this. Because we want to show people, I'll come to Madina Sharif. We want them likes on Facebook because we know we'll get 100 likes extra, right? But you have to have adab there. क्या? You have to have पूरा दीन अदब है ना? बेअदब, बेनसीब, बाअदब, बानसीब. The one who has adab, that person is successful. The one who doesn't have adab, that person is unsuccessful. So, Peace Sayyid Jamaat Ali Shah Sahab rahmatullah. They were taking the group, they were walking through the Galiyan of Al-Madinatul Munawwara. what happened? Accidentally, one of their murids stepped on the paw of a dog of Medina. They stepped on the paw of a dog of Medina. Acha, if you've seen these pictures, I don't know if you've seen. They used to, जिस तरह आजकल उन्होंने सज्जादा नशीन है ना, एक ऐसा बर्मिंघम भी है ना. They were huge Imam Sharif. Huge Imam Sharif. Peace Sahib stopped the kafila there and then. Ye adab hai. This is what we are missing today. This is why we don't find this peace and tranquility in our heart. And this is why we are unsuccessful. This is why we're talking about success, right? Asal kamyabi kya hai? Namaz paro yaar, alhamdulillah kamyabi hai. लेकिन नमाज की बुनियाद क्या है? अदब. अदब के साथ नमाज पढ़ो, अदब के साथ मदीना शरीफ की हाजिरी करो, अदब के साथ मक्का शरीफ की हाजिरी करो, अदब के साथ अपनी जिंदगी गुजारो. Today everyone, like you were talking about earlier, बस मैं ही है ना, I am this, I have achieved this, I have done this. But as soon as you say it is me and you don't give any credit to Allah, there and then Allah Almighty will destroy you. Quran is full of these examples. फिरौन देखो, आद देखो, सामूद देखो, अबू लहब देखो, अबू जहल देखो, निमरूद देखो. They were all people of takabbur and arrogance. I've done this, I've achieved this. No. You haven't done anything. Whatever you have is through the mercy of Allah Almighty. Whatever you have is through the karam nawazi of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We haven't achieved anything. Everything is for Allah Almighty. Everything is for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This is why Shafi Bhai's words yesterday. You are a mechanic, yes. You have your own garage, yes. And he goes, Imam Sahib, I've said to my wife as well. You don't mind me sharing this? He says, I said to my wife as well. That whenever the time comes, I will shut up everything. I will sell everything. So that we can go to Baghdad Sharif again and again. That we can go to Medina Sharif again and again. Asal daulat wo hai na. Asal kamyabi wo hai na. The one who is accepted in the court of Huzur Ghaus Pak Shahnshah Baghdad, and the one who is accepted in the court of Imam Ali Maqam Imam Hussain, and the one who is accepted in the court of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And that person is truly successful. Lekin you'll only be accepted when you have adab. Kya? Bola na yaar, kya? Adab. Adab ke saath zindagi guzaro. This is why ajizi, takabbur nahi. If you have a little bit of wealth, don't be arrogant, be humble. If Allah has blessed you in mal and daulat, be humble. If Allah has blessed you in knowledge, ilm, be humble. If Allah has blessed you with status, power, be humble. Why? Because Allah Almighty doesn't like those people who are mutakabbir, who are arrogant. Allah Almighty loves those people who are humble. ये ना समझो रार पार की बात हो रही है. ये कुरान का नचोर है. आयत कुरान है. वइबादुर रहमानिल्लज़ीना यमशूना अलल अर्दि हौना وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. इसका तर्जमा, Allah Almighty says in the Quran that the servants of the All-Merciful are those that when they walk on the earth, they walk with ajizi. They walk with humility. They walk with tawadu. Arabi lafaz hai tawadu. And nobody was more humble than Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Thakke hue mein shak hai. Nobody was more humble than Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. आजिज़ी पैदा करो यार और अदब के साथ. When we sit in these gatherings, have adab. When we go to Madinatul Munawwara, have adab. अच्छा बात हो रही सी. P. Sayyid Jamaat Ali Shah Sahib Rahmatullah Alayh. One of the murids stepped on the paw of a dog of Medina. P. Sahib, who used to wear a huge Imam Sharif, they removed the Imam Sharif. They took the cloth of the Imam Sharif. They tied a bandage around the paw of the dog of Medina. Then P. Sahib got on their knees and P. Sahib put their hands to Sayyid Badshah, Muhaddith Alipur. They put their hands together and they said to the dog of Medina that, oh dog of Medina, if you do not forgive us, the Prophet will not accept us. Ye hai adab. And this is what we are lacking today. This is what we are lacking today. So asal kamyabi kya hai? That you safeguard your iman from riya and you safeguard your iman from laziness. ये कुरान की रोशनी में. और असल कामयाबी है नमाज पढ़ो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, रोजे रखो, ज़कात दियो, हज पर जाओ, उम्रे भी करो. लेकिन one of the key ways of attaining success is no doubt that you become yani fana in the ishq and ghulami and muhabbat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. हुजूर के साथ मोहब्बत, हुजूर के साथ वफा और हुजूर का अदब. This is no doubt one of the key ways of attaining success. Are we listening, or am I just making your ears hurt? Please, please. This is why parents, you need to teach this to your children as well. When our elders, yani grandparents, Hazrat will, yani one of the eldest here, Mamu is here as well. When these buzurg, mashallah, aapke buzurg, what would they do? Sometimes they would just sit there, keeping an eye on everyone. Now we keep an eye on our children through security cameras. Like our buzurg, our grandparents, I saw this with my grandparents. You've seen this with your grandparents. Yes, they would keep हर बंदे पर ध्यान और तवज्जो रखने सन ये गल है तो जेरा वो फैसला करने सन वो ही सी बस जिस तरह हमारी बात हो रही सी ना सवेला हमीद भाई के पास आप that whoever our grandparents who said that flana is marrying such and such, that's it, ये खत्मी फैसला है आजकल unfortunately नखरे नहीं मुकने ये गल है हाँ सुनते ही नहीं वो तो बात नहीं गल नखरे नहीं मुकते यार नक लंबा होना चाहिए जी नक छोटा होना चाहिए जी रंग थोड़ा पीला होना चाहिए जी ये है वो है he should have a job he should वो feminism movement है ना genderism movement है ना too many rights for the women now that the women whether it's in Holland whether it's in UK whether it's in the West whether it's in Mulk Pakistan Suriname India they've got too much independence and power which is not a bad thing lekin when women try to now raise slogans like Mera Jism Meri Marzi, then that becomes a very bad thing. Yaad rakho, as soon as you've read the kalima, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then your wafadari and your loyalty is to Allah and His Rasul. ये नहीं हो सकता था कलमा पढ़ो तो फिर नहीं मेरी ये मर्जी है मेरी ये राय है I think it should be like this nobody cares what you think because you and me we live by Quran and Sunnah. You and me don't live by our whims and desires because our whims, our desires change every day. Sometimes in the morning something different. Sometimes in the evening it is different. This is why it's important, my youngsters in particular who are listening. If you're already parents, you have this responsibility that just like your grandparents, great-grandparents, instill these values, morals and ethics, these adab into your parents. You need to then instill this into your children. वरना जो कुछ नजर आ रहा जिस तरफ ऐसा जा रहा हमारा भी तौर तरीका वेस्टर्नाइज हो गया ना look at the way we conduct our weddings if we're not following the customs and the rawaj of the Hindus then we're adopting the ways of the West यही बात है ना देखो ना हमारे UK में I don't know how your weddings are conducted here now we have entrances for the bride as well 10, 15, 20 years ago, this was unheard of. Now we have the bride and groom coming in a helicopter as well. When are we going to call it a day and have boundaries and limits? Now we have all kism da haram and those things which are happening against the Sharia in our wedding. Firani Oji, how long did the wedding last for? How long did the marriage last for? 2 weeks, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year. Why? Because the way you've started the marriage, unfortunately, is khilaf of Quran and Sunnah. We are all in some shape or form, whether it be on a daily basis, whether it be once in a lifetime like marriage, or whether it wedding, or whether it be other occasions. Many of us, unfortunately, are living our lives against Quran and Sunnah. Quran and Sunnah is the manual script, blueprint, roadmap to our success. लेकिन ऐसा करने अपनी मर्जी बच्चे भी अपनी मर्जी करने वालिदैन अपनी मर्जी करने जी तो फिर आने जी बेसुकूनी है बेचैनी है ये मसला है यो मसला यार our roadmap to success lies with Quran and Sunnah. This is why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said what इस पर गाल समेट लिया तरक्तु फीकुम अमरैन लन तदिल्लु मा मसक्तु बिहिमा किताब अल्लाही व सुन्नत नबिय्यिही सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम. If you want success, we said what? Namaz paro, roze rakho, zakat diyo, hajj karo. If you want success, be respectful to your elders, be respectful to your parents, be respectful to your, the people around you in your community. Ultimately, be respectful and have adab to Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you want success, then have unlimited, unconditional love towards Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Or akhri ingredient to our success is what? That if you want true success, as I said, is not measured by wealth, is not measured by money, is not measured by power. True success is acceptance in the court of Allah and His Rasul. And the way to be accepted in the court of Allah and His Rasul is that you live your life by Quran and Sunnah. Society can, jumle par gaur karo. Society can change, but Quran and Sunnah will never change. But how often do we read the Quran today? Lamha fikr hai na. Quran, if somebody dies, we'll open it, Surah Yasin Sharif ni tilawat kari honne. Fir bas ji gilaf died, the gilaf bani ta bas ji fir वापस रखी honne. रमजान शरीफ की इब्तिदाई अय्याम जी सारे जज्बे और जोश में है ना जी, मैं इस साल 2 कुरान पढ़ सा, तो 3 पारे नहीं पढ़े उन्होंने, ये गल होनी है ना. And our weakness, Mir Sahib, our weakness with the Quran is such now that we have non-Muslim extremists who are burning copies of the Quran in our streets. तो कोई बोलने वास्ते है तैयार भी नहीं, कोई अपना आवाज उठाने वास्ते ही तैयार नहीं. बस ये सब सोशल मीडिया पर देखने का, बस एक दूसरे ना दुखी बंटने है ना, और ये ऐसा क्या कर सके. और जी बस वही है जी, यार गैरत ईमान पैदा करो, गैरत ईमान पैदा करो. The copies of the Quran are being burnt, be it in this country, be it in Sweden, be it in Norway, wherever it may be. How many ulama have raised their voices? ये किसी बंदे के खिलाफ नहीं स्पीच है, ये एक आम बात हो रही है. आजकल सेंसिटिव दौर है ना, छोटी जी बात करो तो पीपल आने और जी इमाम साहब मेरे पर उंगली उठाने, जी इमाम साहब मेरे पर अटैक करने. चलो तुसे की छड्डो यार, आई एम टॉकिंग टू माई सेल्फ. What have I done to raise awareness about the atrocities that are happening to the Uyghur Muslims in concentration camps in China? Are they not our Muslim brothers and sisters? Now what about the atrocities against the Muslims of Burma and Bangladesh, Rohingya Muslims who have been burnt on the borders of Burma and Bangladesh? तो कोई अपना आवाज उठाने के लिए तैयार ही नहीं. जो जुल्म हो रहा है against Indian occupied Kashmiris, against the Palestinians. Asabasji, I don't know if you have protests here in Amsterdam, लेकिन हमारे London, Birmingham, Manchester, we have big protests against the atrocities against the Palestinians. Free Palestine, free Palestine. सिर्फ नारे लाने वास्ते ही है ना. जिले फजर ना वक्त अच्छा ये क्रोके मारने जी. कौम ने क्या हालत है जी. We packed the streets for protests, but at the time of Fajr we are all asleep. And the first battle of the day against the shaitan is Salatul Fajr. And be honest, how many of us win this battle every day? Shaitan to sariham hamara dushman hai na. La tattabi'u khutuwati shaitan. Innahu lakum aduwwum mubin. Quran says what? Do not follow the shaitan. Do not follow in the footsteps of the shaitan. Why? Because shaitan is your open enemy. लेकिन ऐसे सारे शैतान के पीछे दौड़ने हैं जी. If we don't, in terms of social media, what we see, what we watch, what we expose our children to, if it's not shaitan through these things, then it's shaitan through the friends that we have, the shaitan through the people who we listen to as well. He must be right because he's speaking in light of Quran and Sunnah. No. What did I say last night, Shahid Bhai? Quran says what? Yudillu bihi kathiran wa yahdi bihi kathira. Just because somebody is quoting the Quran, Surah number 19, verse number 16, लोग बड़े मुतासर हो जाने जो ये तो कुरान है. लेकिन Quran says what? This Quran will misguide many. This Quran will guide many as well. Those who give you a verse from the Quran, they should give you the understanding of that verse according to how Ala Hazrat has understood it, according to how Imam Rabbani Mujaddid al-Fiqani has understood it, according to how Huzur Ghostak Shanshai Baghdad has understood it. ये असल हमारी सेफ्टी नेट है ना. लेकिन आजकल वही है ना सोशल मीडिया का दौर. TikTok बस जी, scrolling up, scrolling down, and we lend our ears to these deviant speakers and preachers, and before you know it, father Sunni, grandfather Tanatan Sunni, TTS, Tanatan Sunni. लेकिन son now wibbly wobbly, son now बिदत and शिरका इस तरीके नाल रटा लाया जी. तो ये हमारी कमजोरी है. जो हजरत साहब को मैं पूछा, यानी तंज नहीं करना. जो मीर साहब को मैं पूछा, इफ्तिखार साहब को मैं पूछा, इलियास भाई को मैं पूछा. If I ask the sisters, for example, that ठीक है, you are Sunni Muslim, but what does it mean to be Sunni? वो तारीख पेश करो। हाँ, हमारा अकीदा क्या है, हम समझे बस ये एक बार साल में मिलाशी मिलाई, ये हमारी सुन्नियत है। हाँ, जो जलसा और जुलूस में शामिल हो गए, ये हमारी सुन्नियत है। लेकिन जो कुरान और सुन्नत की रोशनी में पूछो जो सुन्नियत क्या है, हमें पता ही नहीं यार। वो सुक्के सुन्नियां फिर क्या हुआ? हाँ, सुक्के सादे सुन्नी बात, सुक्के सादे सुन्नी। तो ये हमारा टाइम पूरा हो गया, दिस हाफ एन आवर। हाँ, तो ये बाकायदा हाँ पूरा हाफ एन आवर हो गया जी। हाँ, तो ये अल्लाह तबारक व तआला accept a हाज़री to al-Madina al-Munawwara. असल कामयाबी is this. Very heartwarming. How old are you, sir? You have to think that. Huh? 32 माशाअल्लाह। रियाजत के यही दिन है, बुढ़ापे में कहाँ हिम्मत। मुफ्ती आज़म हिंद शहजादा आला हज़रत। रियाजत के यही दिन है, बुढ़ापे में कहाँ हिम्मत। जो कुछ करना है अभी कर लो, अभी नूरी जवान तुम हो, अभी नूरी जवान तुम हो। भाई अल्लाह, ये नहीं जो साथ नेक्स्ट टू मी और यू पेड फॉर माय टिकट टू कम हियर। हाँ, ये दिल खुश होया। पहली मुलाकात तो ये सुन्नत रसूल ऑन योर फेस माशाअल्लाह। हाँ, टू ब्यूटीफुल सन्स एज वेल। हाँ, you have a nisbat with this beautiful family, ताल्लुक with this beautiful family and khandan. And very heartwarming that at this young age you didn't decide to go to X, Y and Z. You wanted to go with your family to Al-Madinah al-Munawwara. And these children that you took with you, this will be a naqsh and that they have made with their eyes on their heart. They remember these memories, the pictures you have taken with them. You will show them, beta I took you Madinah Sharif. Beti I took you Madinah al-Munawwara. लेकिन हमारी भी कमजोरी है ना। जब हॉलिडे ना टाइम अच्छा ना, वालिदैन rather than taking the children to Islamic destination, we'll take them to क्या मामरस और क्या है अंतालिया। हाँ, बोले ना ना अंटालिया अंटालिया। हाँ, तो ये ना फ्रेश है। आखिरी बात, असल कामयाबी
एक मैसेज दे लाजमी कि जो कुरान पाक के साथ जो हो रहा है यहाँ पे, हम लोगों को क्या करना चाहिए और वहाँ का क्या करना चाहिए, ये मैसेज लाजमी चाहिए आपका।
बस जी, अपना आवाज उठाओ जी, सोशल मीडिया अच्छे तरीके नाल इस्तेमाल करो। If our favorite football team, cricket team, favorite boxer wins a boxing match, ऐसा सारा कुछ इस तरीके नाल फेसबुक पे लिखना, और ये एंटनी जोशुआ, टाइसन फ्यूरी, these won a match, क्यों हम उनके साथ कोई ना कोई इस तरीके नाल ताल्लुक है ना। रोनाल्डो scores hat trick, we get happy. Messi scores hat trick, we get happy. और if it's not sport, हमारा जो political gender allegiances, I don't know, सरून ये जो है ना आपका मुल्क, नहीं, where did you come from originally? Suriname, which you don't have these big issues with politics. Politics, if you want to look at what's politics, look at मुल्क पाकिस्तान। इफ्तिकार भाई, ये गालो इन्हीं सिंधियारी। असल politics is there. जिस तरीके नाल सियासत चलनी है जी। But we have our allegiances to our political leaders, political parties, and we will raise our voices for them. If somebody goes against certain political leader, दर्द लगना जी। ऐसा उसने फेवर विच एक पोस्ट लाने पे फेसबुक पर, व्हाट्सएप पर स्टेटस चलाने या, तो जब somebody burns a copy of the Quran, तो ऐसा बोलने में से तैयार भी ना। अपना आवाज उठाओ यार, ये हमारी freedom of speech है। Not promoting violence here, recording area जी, not saying that you march on the streets. No, use your freedom of speech in a positive way. Raise your voices, make people aware. और सब तो बड़ी चीज क्या है, दूसरी गाल, ये मेरी आखिरी बात है, because I know we have elders here as well, children here as well. Tomorrow some of you no school tomorrow. Oh, then we can do another half an hour. I'm joking. पहला यानी इस सवाल का जवाब क्या सी, आवाज उठाओ। दूसरा ये है, कुरान के साथ अपना रिश्ता और ताल्लुक मजबूत करो। कुरान को पढ़ो, कुरान को समझो और खुद उस कुरान पर अमल करो। कुरान सिर्फ ये नहीं जो बच्ची नहीं रुखसती हो रही है। I don't know if again you have this culture, not here, हमारे पाकिस्तानियों में है ना,
कुरान सिर पे रखनी है।
हजरत इस्लामाबाद रहे ना, कितना असर रहे हो? 20 साल, ये सारा कुछ फिर जाने ना। असर पाकिस्तानियों ने तौर तरीके, हाँ भाईजान बैठे ना, चकसवारी ने ना, इफ्तिखार साहब पाकिस्तान ने हो ना, हाँ माशाल्लाह। ये हमारे कल्चर में ये कुछ होना ना। कुरान is सिर्फ when the daughter is being given away, रुखसती, and then you put the Quran over her head. Yeah, this is not just the purpose of the Quran. Or like I said earlier, Quran, when somebody dies, we read Surah Yasin. Or first few days of Ramadan, we read the Quran. No, you should read the Quran every single नहीं मजा आ रहा, every single वो इमाम जाफर सादिक का कौल है ना, इमाम of the Ahlul Bayt, the son of Imam Muhammad Baqir, and Imam Muhammad Baqir the son of Imam Zain al-Abidin, और Imam Zain al-Abidin the son of Imam Hussein, Imam Ali Maqaf, और Imam Hussein the son of Sayyidina Ali Murtaza, और बतूल जन्नत फातिमा ज़हरा रज़ी अल्लाह तआला अन्हुम। इस यानी आपका सवाल सी उस सवाल का जवाब, कुरान के साथ अपना रिश्ता मजबूत करो, कुरान को पढ़ो, कुरान को समझो, कुरान पर अमल करो। Don't ignore the Quran, don't just leave it on your shelves. Imam Jafar Sadiq said what? Advice to his murideen. He said minimum, you should recite 1/4 of a juz every single day. How much is 1/4? Sometimes 4 rukus, sometimes 5 rukus, sometimes 6 rukus. 1/4 of one juz every single day. तो ऐसा सकते हैं, ऐसा इतना कुछ करने हैं, फकत मुंह की बात है ना। इसलिए भाई आवाज उठाओ और कुरान को पढ़ो, समझो और उस पर अमल।
उलमा के लिए मैसेज,
उलमा के लिए सिर्फ यही मैसेज है ना, that उलमा यानी when they see something wrong happening, whether it's the Quran being burnt in their communities, in their country, whether it's cartoons against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whether it's films depicting the Sahaba and the Ahlul Bayt Athhar in a derogatory manner like the Lady of Heaven film a couple of years ago, उलमा का काम ये है, किरदार ये है, तो वो भी अपना आवाज उठान, तो कम से कम थ्रू द मिंबर वो कंडेम करन कि कोई what you call नुकसान दी होना यार, you won't lose your visa, you won't lose your job, अलबत्ता you will get izzat and honor because your कबूलियत will be in the बारगाह of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam। ये क्या दुनिया यार, जेरे हमारे बुजुर्ग चले गए ना, why do we mention their names with such pride and honor? Because they did khidmat of the deen। Maulana Shah Ahmad Nurani Siddiqui rahmatullah alayh, their khidmat are in front of you. Why do we take their name with love and honor and respect? Because he gave para upon Aqidah Khatm Nabuwat. He stood up against the fitna of the Qadian। तो चले गई दुनिया तू, लेकिन उन्होंने नाम रोशन, उन्होंने काम रोशन, उन्होंने इस तरीके नाल खिदमत दीन रोशन है ना। तो ये उलमा हर मौलवी ने अपनी अपनी सोच होनी है ना, मेरी अपनी सोच है, नेक्स्ट मौलवी विल हैव हिज ओन, लेकिन उलमा हैव दिस रिस्पांसिबिलिटी दैट बुज़दिल नहीं होना, बुज़दिल समझे ना, डोंट बी इस तरीके ना कावर्ड्स, सीना खोली तैयार, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है ना, and these 2 days that we have on this earth should be for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam कि मोहम्मद से वफा तूने तो हम तेरे हैं या रसूलुल्लाह। ये नहीं बस या रसूलुल्लाह आपके नारे गुलाम ये रसूल में मौत भी कबूल है। अच्छा तो मैं वो भाई फजर वक्त को के माने है गुलाम ये रसूल है यार, है बढ़िया गुलाम ये रसूल ने नारे लाने हैं यार, गुलाम ये रसूल में मौत भी कबूल है। अच्छा मौत भी कबूल है तो वालिदैन की खिदमत भी ना करने, मौत भी कबूल है, but we don't fulfill the rights of our neighbors। मौत भी कबूल है, लेकिन we're not willing to do anything for defending the honor of the Quran, honor of the Sahaba, honor of the Ahlul Bayt Athhar। मौत कबूल करने का और नारा लाना बहुत आसान काम है ना, अमल की जरूरत है। अल्लाह तबारक व तआला समझने की और अमल करने की तौफीक अता फरमाए। आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। Despite the late hour and the time that it is, you've sat here patiently listening. I hope and pray that I made some sense with the 2, 3, 4 points that I mentioned about true success. True success is the points that we mentioned, the importance of adab, the importance of reading our salah, the importance of not being lazy and not being negligent, how we uphold the honor of the Quran, how we uphold the honor of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All these discussions happen, and of course we mentioned the some virtues of Al-Madinatul Munawwara in Ilyas Bhai and their family who have just come back from the blessed lands. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala accept your hazri. Salatu Islam ke liye, ek share ke liye, we'll stand up, yes, and then Khatam Sharif aur dua. फिर खाना इंशाअल्लाह।
या नबी सलाम अलैका, या रसूल सलाम अलैका, या हबीब सलाम अलैका, सलावतुल्लाह अलैका, या नबी सलाम अलैका, या रसूल सलाम अलैका, या हबीब सलाम अलैका, सलावतुल्लाह अलैका, तलअल बद्रु अलैना मिन सनियतिल वदाई वजब शुक्रू अलैना ما دعا لله داعي يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك आप सुल्तान मदीना महरत वयो सकीना नूर से मामूर सीना मुश्क से बेहतर पसीना या नबी सलाम अलैका या रसूल सलाम अलैका या हबीब सलाम अलैका सलावतुल्लाह अलैका सलातु वस्सलामु अलैका या सय्यदी या रसूलल्लाह व अला आलिका व अस्हाबिका या सय्यदी या खातमन नबिय्यीन Khatam Sharif पढ़ने फिर उसके बाद मुख्तसर दुआ if there's any food that you want the Khatam Sharif to be read on please bring that out on a tray. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان